What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing my first ever roster review. A quester from someone who just returned to the game. He's been playing for 3 or 4 years, quit in 2019 and is now back. Was free to play, but is now buying some Lightspeed bundles. He thinks that's kind of destroyed his mod score. So we're going to kind of break that all down in today's video. I'm going to show what he's got so far, what he's working on. I'm going to get some suggestions to MrElm for what else he should be working on as well after he's done with his current farm. We're going to break that all down in today's video. But yeah, this is going to be my first roster review. We're going to see how things go. I would love to hear from you guys if you guys think there's something I can improve with next time's roster review, if we get more of them in the future. But also, if anybody else wants a roster review, we're going to try these out. We're going to see if these are something I really enjoy, and if they are, maybe we kind of monetize it down the road. We'll see how things go. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this. So this is MrElm. He's got a decent amount of characters, ships, Omicrons. I can see he's only got 5 Omicrons. But he's in Bronzium, and he's starting to slowly, looks like, work his way back up. But you can see he's got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. He's running a Negotiator fleet in Fleet Arena, though no Marauder here, which is a big red flag. So that's something I'd probably focus on. But he's also got Executor pretty close as well. So what he's currently working on is he's currently working on Jabba the Hutt. He's pretty close to Jabba from what I could tell. Between his bounty hunters and his Hutt cartel, he's pretty close on Jabba. He's got the necessary relic levels here. With these characters, I would recommend getting the Zeta on Fearless for Bausch Leia, because this is going to be pretty vital to the Jabba team. This allows her to assist once per turn. It also prevents enemies from assisting. So this is pretty big. I would get this, definitely. You're going to need this for the Jabba the Hutt team. Very, very important. Also, since you are building up the Hutt cartel team already, you are going to have Chrysanthemum. You've got the Zeta on him already, which is perfect. But I would get the Omicron on Champion of the Fighting Fist. This is going to be helpful for you with Grand Arena. You're down in Bronzium. You've got a long way to build up. You're going to get some really nice use out of the Omicron here on Champion of the Fighting Pits. It gives him the max protection, gives him immunity to building block and cooldown increase, healing on the leader if he falls low on health, the taunt for Chrysanthemum for 2 turns. That's all pretty good. I would recommend getting that Omicron as well. That's just going to help kind of top off the Jabba the Hutt team for you. You're going to be putting them on defense most likely, though you can get some use for them on offense as well. I would say, yeah, definitely go for the Omicron on Chrysanthemum too. So you've got the Zeta on Bausch, you've got the Omicron on Chrysanthemum. Both those, I'd say, are good ideas. Now, you also got some stuff here with Skiff-Guard Lando, and from what I can tell, you're not big on Territory Wars, which is perfectly fine. Grand Arena is much more profitable for you, especially as a returning player. Yeah, I would not worry about the Omicron on Skiff-Guard Lando. Covert Coordination, this is giving a target other ally bonus turn. This can be useful if you're using Skiff-Guard Lando in your Jabba the Hutt team. You've also got Boba Fett, and I see you're building up the bounty hunters. You've got them going. You're building up the bounty hunter ships. Yeah, you're in a pretty good spot with Hutt Cartel. You've got this going here. I know you are working on putting relics on Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, which is perfect. Not so great on putting the lead Zeta on Jedi Knight Luke, but because I also see you put the Zeta on the lead for Jedi Knight Revan. Luke is pretty good. I'm not gonna say you chose badly, but you know that's gonna be perfectly okay. If you are using the lead Zeta for Jedi Knight Luke, I would say you're gonna need the Zeta here on his unique as well, because this is getting the stacking speed on Jedi Knight Luke. Since everybody's gonna be set to his speed, you do want to get that bonus speed. So that's strictly if you're using the Jedi Knight Luke lead. I would say you probably want to get the Jedi Knight Resolved unique as well. But I think you've got more important Zetas to be dropping than the one here on Jedi Knight Luke. And we're going to be going for Jedi Master Luke down the road anyways. So I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about this one. But yeah, so we see what you're going there with your bounty hunters. Your bounty hunter ships are in a pretty good spot as well. 7 stars on everything except Punishing One and Razor Crest. You're obviously farming both these up. Razor Crest must be through the Proving Grounds. Punishing One, you're farming through fleet nodes. Perfect. Your bounty hunter ships are in a good spot. And if I look at your empire ships are also going to be in a pretty good spot here. You got 7 stars on Imperial TIE Bomber. Your empire ships, for the most part, are pretty much built up. So you're in a good spot for getting Executor. I can tell you're going for Executor. I can also see you've got high relics on Admiral Piet. So yeah, you're obviously going for Executor, which is perfect. That's exactly where I wanted you to be going for in terms of your fleets. If you do want to get one more going, Uh, I do want to say you don't have Marauder yet for Galactic Republic. That's a big issue. You do want to have Marauder, but I also know your Bad Batch is not doing too hot. I can tell you did not buy the Bad Batch team bundle, which yeah, not ideal. I would have bought that because that's going to get you going on Marauder. That will get your Negotiator fleet bought up or built up. Yeah, without Marauder, Negotiator is kind of sketchy when finding those higher power ships. With this, you get a viable counter to some of those higher meta fleets, like Profundity, Executor, etc. You can use Negotiator to fight those teams, at least get a reliable two-shot at the very least. Yeah, I would have bought that Bad Batch bundle that we got a little bit ago, because I went and bought that. That allowed me to really kind of close the gap on getting Lord Vader as well. But yeah, that would be one I would keep an eye out. We'd have May the 4th right around the corner, so we know we're going to be getting some more Lightspeed bundles here soon. Yeah, I would keep an eye on that. Definitely go for Lightspeed bundles that are going to help kind of fill out some of these. I know Jedi Master Luke as well has like a Luke's allies, and I think if I'm looking at this, I think you bought that Lightspeed bundle. I'm pretty sure you built that one because you've got like the Relic 5 on like Biggs, Wedge. Unless you really loved your Rebels, I highly doubt you did that. I'm pretty sure you bought that Lightspeed bundle, which is perfect. Yeah, he got Pow, Mon Mothma. Yeah, you bought that. You bought that one. Looks like you also bought the Rogue One stuff, which is perfect because that's going to help you working on the Profundity fleet, which we're going to do by proxy of working on Leia Organa as your next Galactic Legend. Obviously, you need to be building up your R2-D2 with relics after you get Jabba, because R2-D2 is very important for Leia. You have to have him at relic 8 anyways to get her unlocked, but he fits right in. He's basically the right-hand droid of that Leia Organa squad. So, yeah, R2-D2, get the relics on him. Focus first on Leia, and then work on Profundity after that. I mean, I know you have the ships. Did I see Outrider? Yeah, you got Outrider. You've got the Rebel ships. Your Rebel ships are in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, your Rebel ships are in a good spot. Obviously, not having Phoenix. We're going to talk about Phoenix here in a second. You've got Rebel Y-Wing. You've got Outrider. You've got Han Lane, Falcon, Pistons, U-Wing. Yeah, your Rebel ships are in a very good spot. Once you get Profundity unlocked, you're going to be able to hit the ground running with that Profundity fleet. The only thing here is the Phoenix. After you get Leia Organa built up and while you're working on Profundity, like we're talking about with Lightspeed bundles, if you find it, there is a Shadows of the Empire Relic bundle. I don't remember the price of it, but it gives you Relic 3 on all Phoenix members except for Captain Rex, which is fine because that's going to save you a lot of Relic materials. You're going to get Relic 3 on them. That's great, but then you have to build up Captain Rex for Leia Organa. So you buy that bundle, you get the relics on Phoenix, and then you start building up Captain Rex separately, get him built up. Obviously get the Zetas on him, and then get that Omicron on Lost Commander. That's going to be big for you in Grand Arena with Phoenix. Your Clone Troopers are kind of suspect, but maybe we can get something with that, especially down in Bronzium. But yeah, with Phoenix, this is going to be a very powerful squad for you on offense in case you run against something like Inquisitors or Gungans. Anything below that, they're going to be pretty good against. They can be pretty strong for you on defense as well. So yeah, this is one I would say get the Omicron, get the Zetas going here on Captain Rex, and get him going here with your Phoenix Squadron after you get Leia. Well, no, you have to build up Rex. So yeah, build up Rex, get Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle when it drops, but in the meantime, build up Captain Rex to farm Leia, and then once that Shadows of the Empire bundle drops, whenever it drops, use that, get your Phoenix Squad built up, and that's going to get you another strong team. Now, after Leia, Profundity, Phoenix, Jabba, I would say you start pivoting towards Jedi Master Luke. You're going to have a lot of Jedi combat missions inside of Rise of the Empire Territory Battle. That Jedi Master Luke lead is going to be really good for you on that. I've also noticed you have no Inquisitors, which is not ideal, but that, again, if you are buying Lightspeed bundles, that Inquisitor Lightspeed bundle is going to be very, very good for you, because a lot of guilds out there want to make sure people have Inquisitors built up because they want to be farming Reva. Now, at your point, you're in a guild that's not really worrying about Reva. And down the road, once you get those Galactic Legends unlocked, you may want to start looking at getting to a guild that's going to be more focused on Reva, and at that point, you're going to have your Inquisitors built up. Now, that's a lot of Chirotech, That is a lot of money to be spending on that team, and that's why that Lightspeed bundle is so important. It's going to save you a lot of card tech, a lot of relic materials as well. You're going to get the Inquisitors built up. You use that to get Grand Inquisitor unlocked, and then you can start working on farming Riva. So yeah, just in terms of Lightspeed bundles, the two I definitely want you to look out for are going to be the Phoenix one, which is the Shadows of the Empire. He's going to have an icon of Thrawn and Emperor Palpatine on the front of it. Keep an eye out for that Phoenix Lightspeed bundle, and look out for the Inquisitor one when it comes back. Those would be your two Lightspeed bundles I really want you to work or look out for and buy them if you have the opportunity to, because that's going to really save you a lot of farming right now. Now beyond that, your mods, I know your mods are not great. You told me as well. Just buying Lightspeed bundles, you've kind of screwed over your mods as well. What I can tell right away is that your speed mods with high speed secondaries are lacking, which is perfectly fine. You're just coming back after being away for like 6-7 years. So yeah, your speed mods, high speed secondaries, you do need to be farming those. I'll have a video out later this week talking about how reliable ways to help kind of get mods sliced better, but yeah, your speed mods are definitely not in a good spot. You got like 14 here on Thrawn, 17 on Thrawn. I see what you're going for, like high speeds on, I would say, yeah, you definitely want to get better speeds on your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. He's your Galactic Legend. You're using him for your for Squad Arena. It doesn't look like you have a lot of high speed triangles in here, so that's not ideal. Obviously, yeah, I mean, you got 25 here. I would swap this. I would take this triangle mod off Darth Revan, put that on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I would swap their mods. You just want Kylo Ren to be faster. He's your Galactic Legend. He's your lead in Squad Arena. He's your most powerful Galactic Legend you're going to have right now. Yeah, I would just focus on him and get those better mods on him. But yeah, you've definitely got a lot of work to do on your speed mods, which is, you already knew that. I'm not gonna sit here and beat you over the head with it. You know that your mods are lacking. You definitely want to be focusing on speed mods. Your speed mods just aren't great right now, so work on that. I know I saw earlier your Wampa has health and has 2 sets of health and 1 set of tenacity. Yeah, I would swap these all over to tenacity. I like high tenacity on Wampa just because you just want to make sure Wampa can shrug off those negative effects, and just stacking more and more tenacity on her is going to be very helpful for that. Probably not a big issue for you down in Bronzium, but as you move up the leagues, that could be a bit more of a troublesome thing. Obviously, you have the Omicron on Wampa here. That's great. We got the Omicrons on Trey and Savage. That's pretty good there. Dash Rendar is an interesting choice. Tusken, I do not like. I mean, you're going to get used to how them. You bought the Tusken Lightspeed bundle anyways. That's how you got Aurora up to the relics that you needed for Jabba. So you did buy that Lightspeed bundle. So you are getting used to the Tuskens. That one's probably going to have the most diminishing power of any of these here. Dash you still use, but Tuskens can become tricky to use as you move up the leagues. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, Wampa is going to get you going pretty far. Same with Trey and Savage. You've got a good base of Omicrons here. Get that Omicron on Kirstan. Get the Omicron on Captain Rex and get that Phoenix Squad built up. That's going to get you a couple more worthwhile Grand Arena Omicrons. I can tell you're definitely not worried about Territory War, which is perfectly fine. Again, for you, Grand Arena is more profitable. That's where you get your crystals. You'll be using that Grand Arena currency to buy Chirotech and mod slicing materials. So yeah, that's where I would say you'd work on that. With your Zetas, for the most part, your Zetas are pretty good. You're missing 2 Zetas on Supreme Leader or Sith Eternal Emperor, which is perfectly fine. I would not worry too much about that because you're just not gonna be using him as often. Do you even have Wat Tambor? I doubt you have Wat Tambor. You do have Wat Tambor. Okay, you must have bought the Lightspeed bundle for Wat Tambor. Did you buy Kiadi? You did not. Okay, so yeah, you didn't buy the Lightspeed bundle for Kiadi Mundi, which is perfectly fine. You bought the one for Wat Tambor. At least I'm assuming you bought the Lightspeed bundle for Wat Tambor. I think that gave him at Relic 5. But yeah, okay, perfect. So you're using Wat Tambor, likely with Sith Eternal Emperor, using that as an offensive team in Grand Arena. That's perfect. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'd say you're in a pretty good spot for hitting the ground running. You know what you need to be focusing on. You're already working on Jabba. I would say, in terms of characters, Jabba, Leia, by proxy, working on Phoenix, and then working on Jedi Master Luke. For fleets, you've got Executor. As you're working on Leia, you're going to be building up their Profundity fleet as well. So you've got that going for you as well. With Phoenix 2, you're going to have that Rebel fleet at a good spot at that point. And then after you get Profundity built up, I would say you need to get Marauder built up as well. Marauder's very important to that Galactic Republic fleet. You've got everything else for Galactic Republic here. Get Marauder, get the Negotiator fleet going. That's going to get you another strong offensive fleet. Yeah, that's just where I would go for that with fleets. Your mods, obviously, you got a lot of work to do on mods. You knew that. You told me that ahead of time. Yeah, just keep working on slicing your mods. Dump your mod energy into farming up your speed mods. Slice them up to like level 9. See if they're going to roll a good amount of speed on them. If not, then just kind of discard them and put them off to the side. Omicrons, we already talked about that. Zetas, just kind of work on your Zetas for the Jabba the Hutt team. And then start working on Zetas for Leia Organa and those Rebel fleets as well. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me here. I want to hear from you guys. Is there anything else you guys think I need to do for roster reviews in the future? Let me know down below. I would love to hear some feedback on this. Mr. Elm, thank you very much for sending this to me. I hope you found this video helpful, kind of talking about what you should be working on, where your roster is right now. Let me know down below what you guys think. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.